again, and we are literally covering our next session. My name is Monica Michelle with Monica Michelle Marketing, and I am the Solutionist Marketer. We've recently completed our Millennial Business Summit. This is our first one. We're excited, and we are anticipating doing more. But before we dive into that, we have to talk about what we've already done and where we've been, because there was tons of good information that was shared, and I want to make sure that you get all the details. So coming up, we have our next Dawn Kennedy, and she literally said something that was quite mind-blowing in the midst of our conversation. Her class session was titled Business Strategies for Profitability in a Recession. And she said, you cannot fail unless you quit. So every time that you're working on something, if you fail, it's not a big deal, because there's something that you can learn from it, apply it, attack, and do it again. We're going to dive in, and then we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more. So let's see here.
Is right now in this environment. If you are watching, watch for the new ways for people to give you money, like coming to a tasting or doing done for you templates, or offering a different size, or maybe offering a power hour. If you usually sell something that's 3 months long, maybe some people just want to spend money as a checkup for a power hour with you. Give them some new ways to continue being in your world. And here's the other thing: marketing strategies like speaking, like at the summit here, or networking. Networking needs to come back in a big way. Or even trying a different social platform. Maybe it's time to get on TikTok. There are new and exciting opportunities for you. And maybe it's not TikTok, maybe it's LinkedIn, I don't know. But, maybe trying something a little bit different this time, because the opportunities are going to be there for you. So your business will thrive, and you cannot fail unless you quit. We can pivot, we can make changes, we can cut expenses, we can find new buyers. Just don't quit. And that's it. So I am open for any questions anybody might have.
Yeah, that was really neat. You said you can't fail unless you quit. And that's absolutely true, because even in the failing, you've learned something that you can do it again. Because a lot of times what happens is, we as business owners, or just people in general, I did this one thing and I'm not interested in doing it again. It worked, it didn't work, whatever. And now I want to do something else. And sometimes it's in the repetitiveness of it. So I did it that one time, and let's say it did fail. Well, what did I learn? Okay, great. Let's do it again. And let's apply what we have learned from that first go around so it can get better. Listen, as we were going along, I was taking my notes. I asked you some of the questions that popped up in the chat, but in addition to that, you on it, because you do the podcast, you like boom, 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 and you was hitting all the questions. So we definitely appreciate that. If anyone has any additional questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments, because we want to make sure that we get to those. The link that's in the top of the description, you can click on that and you'll have access to the, it's just the access room, and it has all the things that you're needing. And there's an option in there for bonuses. And when you click on bonuses, you'll see Dawn's picture and her name, and you can click on any of those things. And in doing so, you'll be able to download the guide that she was, what did you call it again? I'm sorry.
It's pricing for profit.
Your pricing for profit. You'll be able to get that full breakdown, a little bit more of the breakout numbers that you're referring to in the beginning, which, yeah, it was a lot of aha moments and a lot of awakenings. We have some, this was very good, thank yous in the comments. So we appreciate it. And one thing that's important is, yeah, you would think that the thought is, oh, I'm a business owner, I already know. But then it's like, no one has shown it to you. You haven't been exposed to it, so you don't know. And myself included, we don't know. And so there's things that we don't know until someone shows us or exposes us to it. And then we're like, oh, I could do the money that way. Oh, I could just pay them. Most of my money come in the beginning of the month, so let me just pay everybody at the top of the month and be done with it. Like, you have these awakenings and these awarenesses that, oh, writing a check to myself from my business account is definitely an option, and then doing that payback that way, or, just at different ways of accounting. And I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And that's one really cool thing that she mentioned. You cannot fail unless you quit. Like, your failing is saying, okay, I quit. I'm not going to do it anymore. if you quit, that's essentially what you're saying. You're saying, I didn't learn anything from that experience so that I can move to the next level or try it again. Remember 100 years ago when Mario Brothers would come out and we would sit down and play on the PlayStation, and you would literally say, okay, I'm trying to get to the end of the game. I'm trying to get to the, and you would constantly die. You bought your memory card so you can keep going. It's because you had to keep moving. You had to keep trying it. And there's things that you're not, no one's going to get it 100% every time they try out for it. And it's a space of continuing to try and apply, try and apply, try and apply. That's going to give you this wealth of information and knowledge to get you to another place. So even Thomas Edison, there's many great people that tried something, failed, and didn't quit. And in the midst of them not quitting, they were able to discover some really amazing things. Thomas Edison, I think they said that he failed his test in practicing to make, when he was trying to make the light bulb, he failed like over 1,000 times. Um, there was some people that even failed, and in the midst of them failing, they invented bubble gum. They were trying to do something else, and they invented bubble gum. So there's all these things and all these experiences that we go through, and life is literally a big learning experience. And in the midst of us learning and figuring things out and trying and not quitting and moving on to something else, is being true to ourselves and say, okay, I'm going to continue to dig into this. I'm going to continue to try it again. You did a social media campaign, you did a launch, didn't go like you wanted, didn't generate all the money that you wanted. What did you learn? Okay, great. Let's try it again, and this time apply the things that we've learned so we can do better at it. If you want to catch the fullness of Dawn's class, then jump back to the next video. I'm going to pop it in at the end of this, and you'll be able to go back and grab that. You can also click the link down in the description so you can get access to her course that she has available, as well as the bonuses that were available for this particular session. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and comment. Talk to you later.